So today
We're reviewing.
Chicken Run.
Chicken Run.
I mustn't panic. We mustn't panic.
Wait, first I just want to say I'm wearing this hat because my hair is screwed up.
in case you're wondering, you weren't. So Chicken Run is a older classic movie to us, at least. It's one of our favorite movies. We can all agree it's our favorite, one of our favorite movies. It's a movie that I'm not really sure a lot of people know about, but I wasn't sure how many people knew about Ants, and I saw from the comments a lot of people knew about that movie. So maybe that's the way with this one. You'll have to let us know. But Megan's a guest star today. So what were your initial thoughts about Chicken Run?
I definitely thought it was weird because it's claymation, right?
Yeah,
And
I think.
I feel like we watched a lot of claymation as kids. I feel like that, yeah, it's definitely a smaller movie, but it was funny. It was fun. I think it was great. I love it.
What were your initial thoughts?
It's a great movie. There's literally no boring parts in the entire movie. When you watch it, you can watch all the way through. It's never on TV. The only way that we could watch it was through a DVD. Kind of a fun fact: the DVD that we had, it had Ants first, then Chicken Run second. So that's kind of a cool fact
Yeah,
there.
that's.
We used to fall asleep too. So usually we wouldn't see Chicken Run as much because we would fall asleep before the movie started. But we did watch it a lot of times. And there's just great characters, hilarious lines that are still funny every single time you watch it. Some amazing characters. There's not one dull character. Like every character is a funny character and has great line, has impact. Like just think about it. Every character you think of in this movie, like has a role and is funny. Like
Yeah, this is an absolute classic. Like I said at the beginning, it is a perfect movie in my opinion. It is one of our favorite movies.
It's 10 to 10.
I know, like you said, all the characters are perfect. I love the claymation aspect of it, and it is a movie you can watch over and over again. It has every character's great. Every character's great. And we really do have to list them because there are a lot of characters.
Let's each give our favorite character, and then you'll do the whole list. Okay. My favorite character out of this entire movie is Mr. Tweety. It has to be Mr. Tweety
Okay.
because he just has
Even
boss.
though he's the antagonist.
He's kind of an antagonist, but he's not really. He's the main antagonist is the Mrs. Tweety character. Mr. Tweety is just
Let's
like
to that theory.
Mr. Tweety is just like he's looking at his window with
Be
binoculars.
careful.
He has just hilarious lines. He says like my tools, the machine's broken.
Video.
He's a great
Yeah.
character and.
And
And honestly, my favorite line. I think we'll give our favorite line later, but just the line of him saying, "Oh yes, those chickens are up to something." Like that's just like one of the best lines. So
yeah, there's one major thing about this movie is that there are certain parts where you really have to turn your brain off for certain There's some aspects, but yeah, because Mr. Tweety thinks the chickens are up to something the whole movie, and you see Ginger walking around with a candle. It's pretty obvious, but that is the main aspect about this movie is that the chickens are they're fenced in and they're trying to escape, and that's how the movie starts out. It's pretty important to note.
It's a chicken farm.
Yeah. These chickens are trying to escape every day, and Ginger is the main character, voice acted by Julia. I'm not going to say that last name. But, yeah, she's the main character, the main chicken trying to get these chickens out, and you see all the failed attempts, and then that is the main point, and then eventually Rocky comes in, but
Rocky
I guess,
Rhodes.
Yeah, Rocky Rhodes, and
He's a circus rooster.
He's the lone
Yeah.
free ranger.
he flies from farm to farm giving demonstration. No,
Quoted by Babs.
so what are your some of your favorite moments about the movie?
One of my favorite moments.
Favorite
Well,
moment.
just like, yeah, what's some...
Or my
some-
favorite character. Or...
Well, you
Wait,
can
what
do
did I
that.
just say?
You just
I
I
said...
don't know. What'd you do?
You
I
just
said-
said
I
Mr.
said-
Tweety.
Yeah, it's a favorite character. Who's your favorite character?
I'd probably have to say... Well, I have two, but they're like a duo. It's Nick and Fetcha.
You called Nick and Fetcher at your service.
They're the bargaining, like, it's like a drug dealer, I guess, but it's like, items, and they, like, go to the chickens and try and trade eggs for certain stuff so they can dig out tunnels to escape.
It's Chicken Feed.
They're definitely great.
Timothy.
So I think the best characters are easily Ginger and Rocky. These two are the main characters.
Yeah, obviously.
But Mel Gibson actually voice acts Rocky, which I didn't know for the longest time, and just think that he has a role like this kind of makes me just laugh. But this is a great movie, and they are definitely the best. They're the main characters. They play off each other really well, and just it's a really great combination because Ginger's kind of wants to break out, doesn't know about him, and then he just kind of comes in, and it's really funny, and they play off each other really well. They're both chickens, but
Really, the
didn't know.
storyline's a great storyline if you think
Yeah.
about it. I mean, like you said, there's parts that you have to turn your brain off, but there's also some really smart stuff. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like one chicken can escape, but they're trying to get everyone out, which
Yeah.
makes sense. Like, one or two could easily escape, like they did a couple of times. And just the aspect of them being, like, trapped in... There is a major threat. A chicken dies in this
Oh,
movie. It's
yeah.
a really sad scene. And, like, there is... It's a lot of funny stuff, but that's probably the most serious part of the movie. And, like, it is kind of a serious stake. Like, they're all being, like, fed to, like... To where they can be turned into chicken for, like, the chicken pies.
And Ginger's like the only
And-
one that sees it.
Yeah, and like I said, there's just so many good storylines. Like, they're trying to get out of there. Rocky Rhodes comes in there. He tries to his purpose is to get out of there himself because his wing's broken because he can't fly. But he gets everyone. Like there's just so many good storylines. And honestly, there's not, like I said, there's not one bad part. Like, the climax of the movie is a good climax. Like, they develop something to fly
Good
out of
ending.
there. Good ending. And another thing about it is I love the aspect of the chicken, like, or what do they call it? The chicken
Huts.
pens or
Coops,
coops,
yeah.
whatever. Like, are really cool. Like, they have like little meeting rooms. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they can go
Different
underground.
beds.
And there's just, like, that opening scene is awesome. Like, all the different strategies they have to get out. And like I said, there's just great play between all the characters, especially, like, not just the main characters, like you said, Rocky Rhodes and Ginger, but, like, every character. What's is it
nerd.
Babs?
Yeah, so basically there's Ginger and Rocky are the main characters. There's Mrs. Tweety, who has some really great lines and scenes. And we have Mac, who is really funny and is like the nerd chicken. We have Baps, who is one chicken that is definitely really good. And we have Mr. Tweety, obviously. We have Fowler. Oh, wait.
Which is
Yeah.
How's it going?
kind of like the leader.
Yeah,
I feel
Fowler.
like.
He's
yeah,
the rooster.
He's the rooster of the farm, and he has some funny moments. He's kind of like a veteran. He's
The
a
Navy? I
and,
know.
yeah, he was in the Navy.
Or the
like-
Air Force.
Right, the Air Force, and he was always flying.
And he
but
gets
obviously
medals.
He's a chicken, so that's obviously that's impossible. And then
Yeah,
Bunty, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's
Yeah.
like really it for the characters, but I definitely think there are some really funny moments.
But there's emotional scenes, like,
No, yeah.
a chicken dies.
Yeah.
But when Rocky Rhodes leaves, that's kind of a sad scene. Like, that was their, like, Ginger thought, like, they were actually gonna get out of there all at once. And obviously they don't
That
at
was
that
their only
point.
hope.
But yeah, and then, like, it's like I said, it's a great ending. And there's constant threats. Like, there's the dogs. We haven't mentioned the dogs yet. Like, they have the two
And then
dogs
the
trying to go
oven,
after
the
him. Yeah,
chicken
the
and
oven.
everything.
That's a great sequence when they put him into the chicken or the chicken
The
pie
pie,
machine.
the chicken
yeah.
pies.
And like they destroy it, and then
The apple
Mr.
pies.
Tweety has to like put it back together.
Yeah, but that is the thing. When that chicken dies in the beginning, it's kind of like a joke movie, you know. But then when that happens, that's when you're like, oh crap, some stuff can go
But
down.
then-
And it's really dark. I do like all the different secret passageways and the meetings they have. I love that aspect. And
Just the team, like it's the whole team of
Yeah.
chickens. The I guess they're rats or mice.
then the dramatic scene when they see that he was a circus chicken or a circus rooster, and that he can't
Very
actually
cinematic.
fly. Yeah, and he puts it up, and everyone's like shocked.
then-
And then the epic fight between Fowler and Baps that takes place
That
in
would
the.
change.
It's because she didn't want to hear about how you get how you win medals or how you get medals.
Yeah, but I guess this is our favorite movie, so I guess what is
Favorite
I mean,
line. Can you even there's a million
yeah,
lines.
what's your favorite line out of the movie?
He's flying farm to farm, giving demonstrations.
Isn't it obvious? It's a professional flying rooster. He flies from farm to farm, giving demonstrations.
That's
You
a
have to
good-
say it in the accent as well.
yeah, that is a good one. There's so many good lines in this movie. I mean, every line is a good line in this movie, so it's gonna be so hard to pick one. It'd probably be that's how you get medals.
I have two.
I can't pick one. It's just-
One of mine is from either Nick or
Fetch it.
Fetcher, who says like a fish, and he's
Farmer's room, all quiet like.
Like a fish.
Yeah, and we. Like a fish? You stupid Norbert.
and he pauses and looks over at him, and then another one, and then another one is after you. He's like, after I what?
Move!
And then he like pushes him out of the room, and then the last
What did
one,
you have?
and then the last one
Is
is
it the same one?
is Mr. Tweety when he says that Ginger one. I reckon she's their leader, and she slams her.
No,
fist on
I have a new favorite one. It's actually when Fetcher says,
Flying.
"You flew 4 feet from the roof to the
Oh,
ground."
yeah,
That was
that's
actually
what
the
it
best
was,
line in the movie.
On the ground.
And they're really laughing at these chickens that are about to
They
die.
have no
so-
hopes, and they're just like sitting on a
They're
freaking
like
egg
not,
carton.
they're not nice, but they're not bad. You know?
Stuff
But it's a
that
happy
they do.
ending, though.
It is. It's a good ending, and like I said, from this beginning to the end of this movie, it's all just perfect. I love the claymation aspect, and it's definitely my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies. One of your favorite movies, I'm guessing.
One thing I wanted to
Childhood
say,
movies.
I mentioned this because at the camp at work, this movie we have on VCR, and we were picking a movie to watch, and I said let's watch Chicken Run, but 2 counselors that I work with said this movie was like a horrifying movie, and they were scared to death of it. I don't know if it's because like they don't like the claymation aspect of it. Like we
Some
love
people
Wallace
don't
and
like
Gromit,
that.
and like I guess that's just how they are. But
Yeah.
I was like, how's it scary? Like there's nothing scary about it at all. Like I guess I can
Drop
see that
viewer
you don't like this
discretion
kind of
on this
movies.
video.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. It's I guess it's just kind of preference, but
It's opinion based.
Yeah, well, I guess make sure you let us know down below if you've seen Chicken Run and what you think. It's one of our favorite movies, but make sure you let us know if you're afraid of it or if it's one of your favorite movies.
and also let us know in the comments if you think Mr. Tweety killed Mrs. Tweety or if the
God.
thing was already falling on her. I think he pushed it because if you look, he's pushing it. So
He didn't mean to.
What do you mean? Why would he even? You think he's gonna?
He
Oh
said
my-
they were organized.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.